Please subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another updates from my YouTube channel. Talk about how we are going to create and execute Spring Data MongoDB queries in this video. So we have like certain ways to create and execute this Spring Data MongoDB queries. So I'm going to explain how to create like certain custom dynamic queries as well. Okay, so let's get started, guys. So let's open the Spring Boot initializer. So here I'm going to take queries. After that I'm going to take Spring Boot, so Mongo, and after that let's add few dependencies. We need a web dependency here, and we need Mongo Spring Data MongoDB, and after that we need Lombok for setters and getters. That's it, guys. You can generate this project, you can import into your ID. So I already imported this project into my ID, guys. Okay, so first of all, like, let's create one model class. So I'm going to create the model package. Inside that I'm going to take employee model class. Okay, so this model class will have few properties, that is ID, name and first name and last name and age and department here. So I'm going to take data for setters and getters. This is Lombok data, and I'm going to take document here. Okay, to use the MongoDB document, and after that we need one repository, right? So let's create one repository here. So I'm going to take repository package. Inside that repository package I'm going to take employee repository. Okay, so this is interface, guys, not a class. So let's take as interface, and let's extend Mongo repository. Okay, and let's take employee, and the ID is string here. Okay, that's it. So let's annotate with repository here, and it's ready, guys. And now we need a controller. Okay, let's create controller. Inside this controller package I'm going to take employee controller here. Okay, so that's it, and let's annotate our repository here, our employee repository. Okay, and so first of all I need to save some documents here, so that is the reason I'm going to create post mapping. Okay, let's create post mapping. So I'm going to create employees. Okay, and passing list of employees and just saving. So whatever that method is there. Okay, let me return this. So that's it, guys. And so we need like to get the employees. Okay, so remove this, and we need find all here. Okay, it's pretty straightforward, guys. And after that, in resources I have created one application.yaml file. So this is MongoDB URL localhost 27017, and this is product DB is my database name. Okay, guys, so let's add like Swagger configuration here. So I'm going to use the Swagger configuration for the endpoints. Okay, so let's open the pom.xml file. So here you can add Swagger dependencies. These two dependencies are required. So Spring Fox Swagger 2 and Spring Fox Swagger UI. So let's save this, and after that we need a Swagger configuration. Okay, so here I already have Swagger configuration, guys. Let's copy this, and let's create one configuration file. So I'm going to create configuration package. Inside that I'm going to create Swagger config class. Okay, so this is Swagger configuration class. So it's ready, guys. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one method. Okay, so that method, so let's copy this, guys, and let's remove this return statement. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the name by using the criteria. Okay, so how you are going to write, I'm going to show you here. So I'm going to take string name here. Okay, and basically we need a query. So this is core query, and let's take query and new query here. And after that, So we need query dot create, not create, add criteria. Okay, so here inside this add criteria, so what we need to do is we have to pass criteria here. Okay, add criteria. So inside this I'm going to take criteria dot where. So inside this where I'm going to pass the name. Okay, so this name is, so I'm going to pass this name from the path variable. Okay, so that's it. And after that, so we need a Mongo template here. Okay, so if you want to work with this criteria queries, we need a Mongo template. So let's auto-add this Mongo template, guys. So Mongo template, so Mongo template, and let's use Mongo template inside this. Okay, Mongo template dot. So we have a find. Inside this find I'm going to pass the query, and after that our employee class. So that's it. So let's return this. Okay, so that's it, guys. And I'm going to pass path variable here. So let's add path variable inside this. So path variable, so our value would be name here. Okay, so that's it. Let's start this application and test it out, guys. Okay, it started. So let's open our endpoint. So localhost Swagger. Okay, so we have three endpoints. One is find all and save all and employees name. Okay, and so let's find first. So let's see. So I already inserted some data, guys. Okay, so if you see here, so we have some data here. So the name John, Anna, and Peter Jones, Roman Irani, Tom Hanks, like this. Okay, so now, so we want to test it this find by name. Okay, let's try it. So let's add Tom here and let's execute this. See here, we got the output like 3 Toms here. So we have 3 Toms. So that is the reason we got like count as 3 here. Okay, so it's working fine, guys. So this is one way of like writing the queries by using criteria. And after that, now I'm going to explain. So at the rate of query. Okay, so how we are going to write the at the rate of query, I'm going to explain here. Okay, so to write this query, so basically let's open here. Okay, and okay, I just copy that same method name here. So let's take this find by name. Okay, and so here what I'm going to do is I'm going to use at the rate of query. So inside this query, so I'm going to write some query here. Okay, so how we are going to write, we can see now. So basically I want to take name here. Okay, so that would be the first index parameter. So this is the first index parameter. This is the first index parameter. This index parameter is going to start from 0. Okay, so this is by this is the find by name, guys. So what if like if you have like more than one fields in the where condition, like how you are going to write. So let's copy this. Okay, and so find by name, and so I'm going to add one more thing. So add department. Okay, so how we are going to write is, let's copy this same thing. Okay, let's paste here. I'm going to take this one as department, and this would be first index parameter. Let's pass department string department here. Okay, so that's it. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, and come to controller. So here in the controller, let's comment out this. because I'm going to use at the rate of query here. Okay, so for this return employee repository dot find by name. Okay, so find by name, you can just pass the name here. Okay, to add one more method, that is find by name and the department, guys. Okay, so this would be, okay, let's add one more thing, so that would be department. Okay, department, and the path variable, we need one more path variable here, so let's copy this and comma, and let's add department. Okay, here I'm going to write find by name and department. I'm passing name and department here. Okay, so that's it. So let's start this application and test, guys. Okay, it started, guys. Let's open our Swagger UI here and let's check find my name, because we have changed from criteria query to at the rate of query, right? So same result it's giving, guys. So that is the reason. So it's working fine, right? So another endpoint we have added, find my name in the department. Okay, let's check it out. So Anna, not Anna. So here the department is IT and the name is Anna here. Okay, let's execute this. So we got the output Anna in the department ID. So we have one employee here. Okay, so it's working fine, guys. Open our employee repository. Okay, so here in the output, so if you observe here, so we got like some so from some data fields are there, right? So if you want to see like only some specific fields, okay, you don't want to see like some other fields, okay, how you are going to achieve that? Okay, so basically we have a column uh, fields, so let's add that value equal to, and here, so we have fields, guys. So inside these fields, again we need to add, so what are the fields you are going to ignore? Okay, so I'm going to ignore last name. Okay, and this would be, I'm going to take this one as a 0. Okay, and after that I'm going to take as. Okay, so I'm going to ignore these two fields. Okay, and so if you start this, so let's see the output. Okay, let's execute this endpoint, and on this endpoint, guys, this name endpoint. Okay, write out, so let's add Tom here and let's execute this. Okay, so if you guys observe here, so the last name and is showing us some default values, that is last name is string here, so null here, age is integer, that is it is showing as 0. So how you are going to ignore these values? Okay, I don't want to see this default values also, so how we are going to achieve that is, so in the application.aml file, so let's open our application.aml file. So here what we need to do is, um, yeah, so we need to add the action default property inclusion. So we have like different types of values here. Okay, so one is non-null, so if you want to ignore string values, then you can use null here. So then it is going to ignore this string values, null values. So what about like we have integer values as well, right? So how you are going to ignore that values? So what you need to do is you have to add non-default, so it's going to be ignore this default values. So that is the reason I put non-default here. Okay, and if you're going to start this application, you will see the output. Okay, let's execute this. Okay, if you guys observe here, so the last name and the age is gone now, so we are not able to see that field values. Okay, if field names and the values. So if you observe here, we have name and the first name and the department. We don't have last name and the years. Okay, so that's perfect, guys. And coming to this employee repository again, like you want to see only last name and the years. You want to ignore another values. Okay, so if you add 0 here, okay, so it's going to ignore only last name and the years. So if you want to ignore the another values, so that is like name and the first name and the department, you want to see only last name and the years, how you are going to achieve that? So you can just change from 0 to 1 here and see the magic now. Okay, so if you restart your application, you will see the magic now. Okay, it started, guys. Let's hit the endpoint and see. See now, so this time we are able to see only last name and the years, right? So earlier, like we are able to see like first name and the department and the name values, but now, so we are put like this last name and age as 1. That is the reason it is showing only last name and the age. Okay, so that's how it will work, guys. Explain about regular expressions. Okay, how we are going to use the regular expression. Okay, so if you observe here, so we have find my name here, right? So I'm going to copy the same thing, okay, and I'm going to use the regular expression here. So let's modify this, let's take it out, and this is also not required, guys. Okay, and let's copy here. Okay, so perfect. Let's comment out. And so if you want to use the regular expression, what you need to do is you have to provide the regular expression here. Okay, so here we have used regular expression. Okay, so this is regular expression, guys. And so I'm going to use find my name here. Okay, so the same thing. So if you want to use if you want to activate case insensitive, okay, how you are going to activate case sensitive is you can just copy this and paste here, and let's comment out this. And you have to add like one more value here, so that is options. Okay, so we will call options, so that would be probably options. Okay, so these options I'm going to take it as I here. Okay, so that's it. And yeah, so if you want to activate case insensitive, so you have to add options of I here. Okay, this is another way. And after that, so if you want to find out employees by age between, so if you want to use less than and greater than, how you are going to use that? So I'm going to explain that way also. And let's copy this and paste here. And I'm going to add find by so employees, okay, and by age between. Okay, and I'm going to pass so min is and max is. Min is and so max is, but this is not a string, guys. Age is an integer number. Okay, integer. And what we need to do is we have to provide yes here, yes. And after that, so here we have gt, okay, greater than. And after that, so this would be less than. Okay, so this is probably first. Okay, that's it. And what you need to do is you have to add this in the controller. So come here, and inside this controller add this. Alright, guys. And so before that, I'm going to because name and department is already exist. Okay, so it's going to throw the ambiguous error. So let's comment out this, and this is one way of okay testing. And uh, so we have added regular expression one, right? So find by name. So the same thing I'm going to use here because I didn't change the name. Okay, this is already commented. Regular expression one, I'm going to test it out. Okay, so which is going to start the names with and options insensitive. Okay, and let's start this application and test it out, guys, how it's going to be work. It started, guys, and let's see employees. Let's execute the Swagger URL. Let's open employee controller. So here, so find my name. So I just added regular expression, right? So let's add some value here. T. See here. So I have added like capital T here. So which is going to start with name capital T. So it's just showing. Okay. And what about like so if I add like small t here, okay, so again like it is showing because I have added option size. That is the reason we are able to see case sensitive values here. Okay, so it's working fine, guys. And another one is min age and max age here. Okay, so if you want to find out by employees by age between in between, so here I'm able to see only minimum age. What about max age? Like controller. Oh, minutes. So this would be max is okay, and max is here. So this is the method that I have added. I'm just passing minimum age and maximum age as a path variables here. I'm just using employee repository find by employees here. Okay, let's restart this application and Swagger URL and open this endpoint and try it out. So put maximum age as 40 and minimum age as 20. Okay, in between it has to show the employees. Okay, so we got 30, 35, 24, 30. Okay, in between 20 to 40 it is shown, guys. So it's working perfectly. So how we are going to write another way is, so let's say that, so here we have find by name, right? So let's copy this same method and add here, and without adding this at the rate of query, how you are going to write it. So we have some predefined keywords. By using that keywords we can write it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write find by name and order by uh, order by so last name or department. Okay, order by department. Let's add here. Okay, so that's it. So you don't have to add any at the rate of query, or you don't have to write any query. Okay, so it's going to be work, guys. So let's copy this endpoint and come to your controller and the method controller, guys. So let's take this same method, okay, and paste here. So here, so find by name and order by department. Okay, let's save this. And so let's comment out this because we will get the ambiguous error. And let's start this application, guys. Let's open our endpoint and refresh and find by order and the department. Okay, so let's add some name here, and I have Tom, right? So Tom. Okay, so it's working fine, guys, because you haven't added any at the rate of query and any criteria. But so as per the keywords, it's working fine. So this is another way to work with okay queries. Okay, so it's working fine. Finally I'm going to use aggregations, guys. So how we are going to use the aggregation, I'm going to show here. Okay, so let's copy this. So I'm going to write the A's match here. So I'm going to take A's here. Okay, so this would be int A's here. Okay, so find by A's match, and so inside that I'm going to write some conditions, guys. First of all, like so you can use group by, and after that we need match operation. Okay, and after that we need sort operation. Okay, these three operations required, and finally we need aggregation. We need to pass to aggregation the above this group and match operation in the sort operation. Okay, and so let's first add match operation, guys. I will explain how we are going to use the group by. For now I'm going to take match operation. So match operation, so what you are going to do is we can use aggregation dot, so match. Inside that match, what is you are going to use, so we are going to use the criteria here. So inside that criteria I'm going to use the is here. Okay, so is right. So and after that sort operation, how you are going to sort it out, so we need sort operation. Okay, sort operation, this could be use aggregation dot, okay, sort. Inside that sort we need to pass sort, sorry, sort. This sort will have methods by, inside that I'm going to pass descending order. Okay, sort dot direction, so that direction will be descending order. Okay, and after that, so we need to be pass our field name here. So that's it. So not here, guys, sorry. Control X, Control. Okay, and after that we need a aggregation. So that aggregation I'm going to take, okay, aggregation here. So this aggregation will have aggregation dot new aggregation. So inside this new aggregation I'm going to pass this match operation, and after that this sort operation. Okay, and finally we need this aggregation result, guys. So this aggregation results I'm going to take as output, and this could be use Mongo template dot aggregate. We have aggregate functions inside that, so let's add aggregation, and after that, so we need to pass the entity name. Our entity name is employee, and employee class also we need to pass here. Okay, so let's use this, and after that, so I'm going to return this output done. So inside this output we have different types of methods: get mapped results, get raw results, get server use, get unique results. Okay, but I need mapped results. So let's see this. Employee by name is there, no, right, because it's going to be through. Yeah, so let's comment out the above method, because we will get the ambiguous error. Okay, let's start this application and check it out, this aggregation, guys. Okay, it started. Let's hit the endpoint. So find age match. Okay, let's provide some age here. I'm going to provide 40. Okay, so we have 2 employees with age 40 here. Okay, it's working fine. So if you want to do like group by, how you are going to do group by is, so we have group operation, guys. So group operation, so you can do group by department. So here we need to use aggregation dot put. Okay, not put guys, group. So inside that group I'm going to pass what field we need to be group here, yes here. Okay, and after that I want to be group as a count. Okay, as I'm going to take this name as count here. Okay, and let's take it as count. And after that, so um, this key is I'm going to take it at count here. Okay, and so this property also I'm going to take as count, because I'm going to find out by group by here. That is the reason I'm changing all this count guys. So let's don't understand. uh, okay, so here, so I'm going to take one new class. Okay, so that is as count. Okay, this as count class doesn't exist, so I'm going to create this as class. Okay, so inside this model class, model package, I'm going to create this, and this would be have private int id, and I'm going to have int count. Okay, so let's add some data, low of data, setters and getters. That's it, and come to your controller. So let's see here. So we have added group by department, right? So let's add to this your aggregation. Okay, and that's it. So let's restart your application. Started. So uh, let's refresh your Swagger URL and come to this find by age match. So here, so now I'm going to take group count. Okay, so how many? Okay, so if you observe here, so we got like ID. So here the ID is age and the count is 1. Okay, we have this many employees is as grouped by like this. So what about like if you provide 2? So see here, so 40 age members having 2 members, 50 members 2 members, 30 members 2 members. Okay, so if you provided 3 here, we don't have any 3 grouped count. Okay, so that's it guys, so it's working perfectly. So if you like this video, please go ahead and like and subscribe my YouTube channel. Bye.